What if I told you that some products in the personal care aisle shampoos, deodorants, lip balms carry ingredients that could actually be more harmful than some of the ultra-processed junk food sitting on supermarket shelves? Surprising as it sounds, it's true. The cosmetics industry is not tightly regulated, and because we apply these products to our bodies every single day, their impact on health accumulates over time. That's why it's worth breaking down what's inside them, why certain ingredients are risky, and how to choose safer alternatives that still work effectively. Let's start with shampoo, something most of us use daily. On the surface, many bottles look natural and harmless, especially when decorated with soothing words like chamomile or herbal. But a quick glance at the ingredient list often tells another story. One of the most common components is sodium lauryl sulfate SLS, or its cousin sodium lauryl sulfate SLES. These are surfactants that create foam and strip oil from hair. While they clean thoroughly, they also remove natural protective oils, which can lead to dryness, irritation, or allergic reactions, particularly for those with sensitive scalps. Dermatologists have long noted that repeated exposure to harsh surfactants may disrupt the skin barrier, making the scalp more prone to flaking and itching. Interestingly, European regulatory agencies recommend milder surfactants in children's shampoos for this very reason. Then there's the issue of artificial colorants. If a shampoo has a vivid yellow or blue hue, chances are it comes from dyes like yellow 5, red 33, or blue 1. These colors don't enhance performance, they exist purely for visual appeal. Yet they are derived from petroleum and carry potential risks ranging from skin irritation to possible carcinogenic effects. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration permits them in limited concentrations, but many health-conscious consumers prefer to avoid them altogether. Europe, once again, tends to be more cautious, with stricter labeling requirements on artificial dyes. Even mainstream medicated shampoos are not always safe havens. Popular anti-dandruff formulas may leave out artificial colors, but still contain preservatives and chemical agents linked with toxicity. For people dealing with stubborn scalp conditions such as seborrheic dermatitis, a common fungal-driven issue, dermatologists often prescribe short-term medicated shampoos. But outside of medical necessity, it's wiser to rely on gentle, non-toxic alternatives that can be found at most grocery stores without resorting to niche luxury brands. Options such as Avalon, Organics, Honest, or Cure-Use plant-based cleansers, essential oils, and natural preservatives that are much gentler on both hair and skin. There's also an important point about fragrances. Many shampoos list fragrance or perfume as ingredients. This single word can hide up to 3,000 different chemicals, some synthetic and untested. Studies suggest certain fragrance compounds may act as endocrine disruptors, interfering with hormones and reproductive health. In contrast, products scented with natural essential oils like lavender, peppermint, or citrus are safer and provide therapeutic benefits. For example, peppermint oil has been studied for its ability to stimulate hair growth and soothe itching. As consumers, we have to balance practicality with health awareness. A clean shampoo doesn't need to be obscure or expensive. Some widely available brands now offer sulfate-free, dye-free, and naturally scented formulas at reasonable prices. By reading labels carefully and choosing products without SLS, artificial colors, or synthetic fragrance, we can protect our scalps, support healthy hair, and reduce the chemical load our bodies face every single day. Now let's move on to deodorants, a product many people rely on daily, sometimes multiple times a day. At first glance, deodorants and antiperspirants seem like simple tools to control odor and sweat. But if you check their ingredients, you'll often find compounds that can irritate the skin and, in some cases, disrupt hormonal balance. One of the most common culprits is propylene glycol, a substance used to keep deodorant smooth and easy to apply, while the FDA generally regards it as safe in small amounts. Repeated daily use in sensitive areas like the underarms can lead to irritation or allergic reactions. When combined with other synthetic additives, it adds to the chemical burden our skin absorbs. Then there's the issue of aerosol sprays. These products often list butane or propane as propellants, the same chemicals used in lighter fluid. While they're effective at pushing the product out of the can, they also end up on your skin and in your lungs. Research on long-term effects is still limited, but dermatologists caution that they can cause dryness and irritation, and they contribute to poor indoor air quality when used regularly in closed spaces. It's worth pausing here. Our underarms are located near lymph nodes, a part of our immune system. While not all exposure is dangerous, constant layering of questionable ingredients near these sensitive areas raises valid concerns. The most problematic ingredient class, however, is often hidden behind a pleasant-sounding word, fragrance, or perfume, unlike food labels. Cosmetic companies are not required to disclose what makes up their fragrance. It can represent a cocktail of hundreds or even thousands of synthetic chemicals, including phthalates, which have been linked in multiple studies to hormone disruption, reduced fertility, and even developmental issues in children. A 2018 review in the International Journal of Environmental Research and Public Health highlighted growing evidence that phthalates may interfere with estrogen and testosterone activity. When you consider that fragrances are not just in deodorants, but also in shampoos, lotions, and even laundry detergents, it becomes clear how these exposures can add up. So, what's the solution? The safest deodorants are those that avoid synthetic fragrances, parabens, and propylene glycol altogether. Instead, look for products that use essential oils for scent and mineral salts or plant-based powders like arrowroot or baking soda to absorb moisture. Brands such as Dr. Squatch, Schmitz, and Crystal offer options that are affordable and widely available in grocery stores or big retailers. For people with very sensitive skin, unscented mineral crystal deodorants are an excellent choice that's simple, effective, and free from unnecessary chemicals. It's also worth reflecting on why deodorant use is so ingrained. Sweating is a natural and important function. It helps regulate temperature and release toxins. Blocking sweat completely with antiperspirants that contain aluminum salts may not be the healthiest long-term habit, as some researchers suggest a potential link between aluminum buildup and health risks, though evidence is still debated. Instead, supporting your body's natural cooling system while managing odor with clean, safe ingredients can be a smarter compromise. Choosing wisely allows you to care for your body without overloading it with questionable compounds. Let's talk about lip balm, lotions, and body washes, items that seem harmless but often contain hidden ingredients that deserve more attention. Lip balm, for example, is something many people apply dozens of times a day without thinking twice. Yet the majority of popular lip balms are made with petroleum jelly or mineral oil, both derived from fossil fuels. While refined petroleum can technically be safe in the US, there is no strict requirement for full disclosure on how it's processed. If impurities remain, these ingredients may carry carcinogenic risks. More importantly, lip balm can become habit-forming when lips get used to the artificial barrier. They reduce their natural moisture production, leaving you reaching for the tube again and again. Healthier options rely on beeswax, shea butter, or plant oils ingredients that actually nourish the skin instead of just coating it. Brands like Burt's Bees or Dr. Bronner's keep formulas simple and safe, especially if you choose their plain, unscented versions. Lotions, another everyday product, come with their own concerns. Many commercial formulas use parabens as preservatives. Parabens are effective at preventing spoilage, but they mimic estrogen in the body and can accumulate over time. Research has detected traces of parabens in breast tissue, raising questions about their role in hormone-related cancers. While the evidence is still being studied, many health organizations advise avoiding parabens where possible. Add to that the inclusion of synthetic fragrances and artificial colors, and you have a product designed more for texture and smell than for skin health. Safer alternatives use natural preservatives like tocopherol vitamin E and rely on essential oils for scent. Companies such as Honest, Alafia, and Weleda make body care products that balance effectiveness with safety, often earning high ratings on independent health databases. And then there's the massive market of body washes and soaps. If you've ever noticed a bright blue or green shower gel, chances are it contains petroleum-based dyes like Blue 1 or Yellow 5, along with strong surfactants like sodium lauryl sulfate. These ingredients cleanse, yes, but they also strip the skin of its protective oils, leaving it dry, irritated, or more prone to eczema. Dermatologists often recommend milder, pH-balanced cleansers that preserve the skin's barrier. Natural bar soaps such as Castile soap or those made with olive or coconut oil are excellent alternatives. They're concentrated, long-lasting, and free of the unnecessary additives found in flashy liquid washes. Plus, they cut down on plastic waste, making them a healthier choice for both body and environment. When you start decoding labels and recognizing the repeat offenders as LS, parabens, petroleum, artificial dyes, synthetic fragrances, you really do feel like Neo in a Matrix, suddenly seeing through the marketing illusions. Personal care doesn't need to be complicated. Buy sticky with simple, non-toxic products made from natural oils, plant extracts, and essential oils. You're not only protecting your skin, but also reducing the long-term chemical load on your body. Think of your skin as your largest organ. What you put on it is almost as important as what you put in your mouth. Safer swaps are available at nearly every supermarket, and choosing them is a small but powerful step toward better health.